Stay until the end to see how I made AI make this. Pretty cool, huh? I'll tell you how you can get similar results while sharing my journey, my failures, and give you some advice. Okay, so a lot of you may immediately think mid-journey, right? But there's a problem. You see, I'm a Gen Z guy. I kinda get the hang out of Discord, but that doesn't change the fact of how frustrating it is to get it to work properly sometimes. And also, for the time I was about to finally start using it, I found out you have to pay for mid-journey. Blame on me, I didn't read the whole thing through and was basically trying to understand what to do while doing it. Before trying the other option, DALL-E 3, I got into Dream Studio. I mean, they told me about it on a school subject and I had effectively used it for that. So what could go wrong? Oh my god, this is not what I want at all! So I decided to finally give DALL-E 3 a try. After all, it's one of the most famous image generators out there, so I clicked it and I can't believe I fell for this. You see, DALL-E 3 was made by OpenAI, right? Well, silly me clicked on the first link I saw. Not OpenAI, OpenArt. To this moment, I can't believe I realized this until a day later when I finally got into the actual DALL-E 3. But to be honest, it wasn't too bad. OpenArt gave me these cool results, which I even posted on my TikTok as my first attempt to make this. I even gave them a little Photoshop editing to get some dark fantasy colors and a bit of grain in there. I'm gonna show you how I made them in a sec, but before I do that, be sure to generate yourself as an Ermak Does Stuff subscriber by prompting that bottom as positive. Now let's talk about the prompts I used, aka the descriptions I gave to the AI. You'll notice I'll always start with Freddy, so here he is. This isn't actually the one I used, but it was also a candidate. But the prompt was the same. Make a hand-illustrated Dungeons & Dragons dark fantasy style drawing from 1970 with a medieval theme of a brown metal bird with a black bow tie and a top hat character singing at a pizzeria. As you can see, I described it as a Dungeons & Dragons style because I actually wanted something like this. I think Freddy looks really cool. I like that old contemporary look for him, even though he is on a medieval setting. I feel it makes it quite unique. For Bonnie, I used almost the same prompt but changing the description of the character, and I wanted to give him an acoustic guitar, cause I didn't want to stretch out from the medieval setting too much. I wanted to play with that just enough so it felt more interesting, but not so much it took you out of it. Then we've got Chica. As you can see, I described her as creepy. I made that because I think Chica is the scariest animatronic from the first game, but the AI decided to just make it a giant chicken. The only creepy thing about it is the human hand in there. Also, it decided to ignore the fact that the cupcake was supposed to have eyes, but well, I thought it was good enough. Also, my credits started to run out. Oh yeah, this one uses credits. DALL-E 3 does not. I should have read the signs there. But again, I was using it on Chrome when you're supposed to be using it on Bing, and I had that in the back of my mind, but for some reason I just wanted to keep trying here. I don't know, I can be weird sometimes, okay? But again, I think I just didn't want to end up using Bing, you know? Anyways, for Foxy, I actually got 4 results, even though I just wanted 1. And I got this. It kinda looks a lot like Fox McCloud, to be honest, but it worked. Also, that took a lot of my credits out, so I couldn't get so picky. I think it's fun that because I told it to have purple curtains, it also used the color purple a lot in the outfit and stuff. And by the way, I couldn't get Foxy to actually be red, not even in the final results. But I guess it's fine. Moving on to Golden Freddy. Here, I tried to make him ghostly, but again, the AI just decided not to do so. But still, I think the result is pretty cool. Similar to Freddy, but with enough differences to make it Golden Freddy. By the way, yes, I know this is technically Fredver, and yes, I know that the hat and the bow tie should be purple. But as most of you may have already noticed, I'm making just the characters from the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, alright? I know my lore. So that's why I didn't include William Afton, purple guy, here. Because he's not yet revealed, at least not explicitly, but who I did make was Phone Guy. Prompting a man dressed as a security guard, I meant to put viewed from the back in there, choking on a retro telephone inside a pizzeria. And since we don't actually know how Phone Guy looks like, I thought it would be a fun experiment to ask the AI to make. Also, he's more of an established character than William in the first game. He does look really cool, not gonna lie. Although I don't know why it made it black and white, and also, it doesn't look very dark fantasy to me. Stuff like this, and also having no more credits, made me want to try again, and actually use DALL-E this time. But before we continue, I want to bring attention on how good these illustrations look. I know it's not exactly what I wanted, and sometimes not what I asked for, but on a technical level, it's hard to spot any weird AI shenanigans, like weird hands or stuff like that. Sure, there are a bit scattered in there, but very few, and quite hard to notice at first glance actually. But enough of that. It's time to get to the AI meat of this video. So I finally did some research, as I should have from the beginning, and finally got some better results. You see, I had the idea to prompt the characters to experiment with those results, giving more accurate versions of the animatronics. As always, I started with Freddy, and this is how it all went. Alright, so right away we can see that it just made the Freddy Fazbear character look exactly like him. Well, I mean, not quite literally, but it looks a lot like Freddy Fazbear. And it's amazing. But we can see some problems here too. Like the fact that it's wearing a Freddy Krueger outfit. That's because the prompt literally took Freddy Fazbear. It recognized the character that I fed to it, and it just said, okay, it's Freddy Fazbear, so let's make Freddy. And it's not Freddy Krueger, it's Freddy Fazbear. So you got that wrong, AI. But yeah, then I made it so that it didn't have this. Here we got him without the sweater, which is way better, and I really was impressed on how accurate this looks to a FNAF game. I really love that. Like all of this, it just looks great. But here's the problem. That's really not what I'm going for. I'm going for a more playful style, you know, something that plays more with the dark fantasy theme. And here, for example, I love the background characters. They're amazing. This one looks like Chica even. It's really weird. It's like a mixture of Chica with Freddy and, I don't know, Mickey Mouse. But the only problem here is Freddy. He doesn't fit. Freddy just doesn't fit in here. It just doesn't fit with the whole vibe that I'm going for. So then I try to make Freddy look more realistic with the prompts, with what I was saying to the chat, and I got this result that I really loved. I really loved that result. You can see that here it tried to lean back to the Freddy Krueger thing again, but still, it just doesn't. It's not what I'm going for. So I decided to get rid of the Freddy aspect, like the Freddy Fazbear aspect of it, and I just said, okay, make a bear. And then here we have this bear, which is a metallic bear. I said, generate a frame of a 1917 dark fantasy analog film of a metallic brown bear with a black top hat and a bow tie singing at a medieval pizzeria. And we got this, which is not what I want, not at all. This one's really creepy, but it's not what I want. They look more like a statue, and that's not what I'm going for. This one looks like Paddington. So, I get this. I removed the metal bear aspect, and I just made it a bear. And it started giving me better results, but still the vibe, it's just not quite there yet. We need colors, we need a dark fantasy coloring, or something like that. But here we got this, which is... it's really good, but still, it's not what I'm going for. I mean, look at this. This looks like a teddy bear of some sort. And then I got this, which is way, way better. 1970s dark fantasy book cover paper art, Dungeons and Dragons style, of a brown bear with a black top hat and a bow tie singing at a medieval pizzeria. I got the part of a prompt, this part of the prompt from a TikTok that I'm gonna show right now. And yeah, it gave incredible results. Incredible results. And it's getting there. This one I really love. I really love this one. So I kept playing with that prompt and seeing what else do I got. And I got this, which I really love, but it's still not quite there. I'm not convinced about the Freddy. Everything here, it's perfect. But Freddy could be better. Then we got this and this. But still, I kept playing with this. We got this one that I really, really loved, and then we got these other ones that I'm showing right now. But still, I wanted to play a bit more with it, until I got this, which is the one that I finally just used. I really love how this just plays in. I really wanted to try so that the bear wouldn't have this smoking thing, but I think it actually works quite well. It looks really good. It looks amazing. This one's also quite good, but you know, I just decided to go for this, which is amazing. And then I made this, you know, just to make sure that I was getting, you know, good result, like the best result possible for what I was going for. But just this didn't work out. I changed it so that it would be a metallic brown bear again, but it just made him a knight, and I'm not satisfied with this. I just don't think it really works. I mean, it's really cool, but it just doesn't work. But yeah, I started out with Freddy Fazbear, and you can see all of my journey in here. And now that I was finally happy with the result, it was time to make all of the other animatronics. I basically reused the same description from before, but with a new prompt. Just made a few changes here and there, like telling the AI to make Golden Freddy a zombie. I also used Photoshop again to do some adjustments alongside the crane and color correction, and there you have it. This was really fun to make. Should I keep going and make the FNAF 2 characters next? Let me know. This could become a series, even create some lore for these new characters. If you really like FNAF, you might as well listen to my own Five Nights at Freddy's song, Hideaway. Or if you'd like to see more creative content like this, you can watch me recreate the spider sauna from my childhood. Thanks for watching! Oh, and in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.